climate change is real, has been. Gypsum board, really not picking on that so much, but in a wet environment, your gypsum board's going to grow mold. Now you've got other issues, health issues inside a building. So what we've done is we don't support mold or mildew. We've gone through all the ASTM tests to prove this. After a flood, we hose the mud off the walls and move back in again. We have nothing to replace. As I mentioned earlier, we passed 245-mile-an-hour hurricane testing, thanks to Governor Scott at the time. 2018 came out here. Now Senator Scott. He helped us kind of get through the process a bit quicker. And we have a super insulated building system, so we're energy saving. 50 to 60% well proven. We're fire resistant, the coatings are non-combustible, and then we actually, with the coatings, which I'll get into later, create a composite panel. So quite different than everything else in the market that normally has wood studs inside it and wood facings on it. We ship globally from here. I'm skipping one of them. We can be bullet resistant. The last 2/3 of this entire presentation is going to be based on that, which is more critical to the group that are here. We ship around the world. We're in, I think, 4 or 5 different countries right now, but we're quite famous now for shipping to the Caribbean, having survived Matthew, Maria, Irma, Dorian recently, and a bunch of others. So let's go to the next slide. What we've done is something that nobody looked at doing it the way we've been doing it. There's products in the market since the 60s called a SIPS panel, it means structural insulated panel. So it's an insulated core with facings, but the facings were always wood. The studs were always wood as well. So now you've got other issues. We're back to the problem with the issues with wood. The interior fire-rated finishes needed in construction were almost always gypsum board. Now we've got another issue with that. So none of those were allowed to be in the mix in what we're doing. So I came up with an idea of taking insulation material, and into the insulation material we cut into that where a steel stud now slides in. So now we've taken out the tape measure, the thought process, the square, and the level. So as fast as you can drop the steel stud in and put the 2 screws in, you've just met US code for steel framing. So when we tell someone we build with the insulation first, they don't get it. But the insulation determines where the structural pieces drop in. That's unskilled labor, and that's fast, very fast. So if you break a building down, it's really 3 shapes. You have a corner, every building's got a corner. Every building has an intersecting wall, that's a T. So there's really only three components in a building: a T shape, a corner, and then a panel of varying widths. We used to be in 1-foot increments, now we've gone to 6-inch increments.